Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to today's video that was not planned to go up today. But I'm excited about it because this just came in the mail, and I bought it. Obviously, that's why it came in the mail. But I'm excited to try it. So, I bought the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom palette. This is like right up my alley, right? Like moon and like lunar and that sort of thing, and then like mushroom themed. And then I also bought the lip gloss in the shade Sol, S-O-L, and it is what I'm wearing on my lips right now, but I haven't tried the palette yet, so I thought we would try it today. It's beautiful. Like, it takes a lot for me to want to buy a palette, like, the moment it launches these days, because I have so many, but look at how gorgeous this is. So I couldn't decide what kind of makeup look we were going to try this palette out with today. So I think we're going to do one eye that's greenish and one eye that's purplish. Because if I have two eyes, why wouldn't I try them both, right? I mainly bought it because I was excited about the green shades, particularly Meadow and Weeping Willow. That's a sort of booger green shade and the sort of darky mossy green shade. I'm really excited about those ones, but then the purples are beautiful. Ugh, I just adore this palette. And this is my first time buying Lunar Beauty, but it's actually not the first time I've wanted to buy Lunar Beauty. Their original Moonspell palette that looked like a sort of like a spell book. I freaking wanted that palette, and I just kept missing it. Like, every time it was restocked or whatever, like, I was also employed at the time, which I'm not now, so I had, like, things going on. But I just kept freaking missing it, and it hasn't been restocked in, like, a gajillion years. I think maybe it was limited edition or something, but I don't know. I'm forever butthurt about that, so I just couldn't pass this one up. It's so pretty. In case you don't know, Lunar Beauty is the brand by YouTuber Manny MUA. Manny is one of the only original of the sort of beauty influencers that I still watch regularly and keep up with. I find him funny and he's sort of chill. A lot of them are just like, they have too much energy. You know me, I'm a low energy girl. A lot of them are just too energetic and they seem too fun and they seem like they... and I'm just like, I can't do that. I can't even watch that. It's too much for me. Manny, like, he's got a sort of chillness about him, but also he's funny. And generally unproblematic. I'm sure there's a couple of things out there that he's done that people don't like, but nothing horrific as far as I know. And I don't know, like, it seems like a lot of the other influencers of his sort of era kind of, like, moved to LA and then became super unrelatable, but Manny kind of didn't really do that as much. He still has, like, a core sort of group of friends that he's had since the beginning. I like Manny, and I also like that Manny loves Sailor Moon. That's, like, what it takes to get to my heart is, like, oh, you're a Sailor Moon fan too, but, like, a real Sailor Moon fan, not just someone who's like, oh, I watched that as a kid. Like, no, I need you to tell me that you've seen all 500 episodes, you actually know the characters' names. And Manny is like that, so I've always wanted to try something from his brand. And then he launched this palette, and I was like, this is the perfect time. I'm not going to do swatches or anything in this video. When Manny launched this palette, actually, he did a video and he did swatches, so if you want to see what all the shades look like, you can just go watch that. Actually, I only found out that this existed because I was on Instagram one day and he had posted some of the promo shots from this, and the promo shots are beautiful. It's like him and some models, and they're all like sort of fairy-like, and the caption on that was like, swatch video and announcing my new Moonshroom line just went live on YouTube, so I went on YouTube and watched it. Set a little timer on my phone for when it launched, and here we are. It's just so pretty. I can't get over it. And I've been in such a gray eyeshadow mood lately that maybe this will get me out. So I am going to zoom you in, and we're going to play with the eyeshadows. Keep in mind that I'm having some kind of dry skin issue, like right throughout this zone here. So we're going to be a little gentle on the palettes, if they don't really blend or whatever perfectly nicely in there. I didn't really talk about the lip gloss very much in the opening of this video. It's a really interesting color. Like, I just thought it was so cool in that launch video, so I bought it. So far, so good. It's definitely not sticky. It's definitely smooth. Apply it very thinly because it can definitely feel a little bit gloopy. But so far, I like it. It feels very hydrating and nice. I don't know. It gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Also, please ignore the zit sticker in my eyebrow. It'd be like that sometimes. Okay, so we're just going to use the palette. What are we going to do first? You know what? Because I'm most excited about the greens, we're going to do them first. And we're going to do them on this eye. Because this is my better eye. This is my worst eye. This is my better eye. So I want to take something basic. I'm going to take this fluffy NYX brush, actually, and put it in this puffball shade here. And just kind of put that all over. Right the way over. And then maybe we'll go into using the same brush, this lion's mane. It's like a straight up mustard yellow. And we'll just focus that. Oh my goodness, look at that. I ain't ever seen a yellow eyeshadow do that much. I'm going to fluff a little bit onto my lid too, just to make blending easier later. And then I want to take a slightly smaller brush. Just slightly. Sure. This Basanti brush. And we're going to go into that shade Meadow that I'm obsessed with. Woo! I'm not getting a ton of color payoff. Maybe it's the lion's mane's fault, though. Then we're going to take with that same brush, might as well, and go into Weeping Willow, which is the other green shade at the bottom that I'm obsessed with. Ooh, that's exactly what I wanted. Look at this. Like, I'm really working on perfecting both of my aesthetics these days. Like, I want to be spooky goth girl, but I also want to be, like, weird aunt who has incense in her home and mossy rocks and that sort of thing, right? So I want to be both. And I feel like now that we're growing out my natural hair color, that'll go much better with this the ant vibe. Think like Stockard Channing and Diane West in Practical Magic. That's the ant to me. And I feel like this eyeshadow really goes with that. Should I add another darker color? Yeah, you know what? Let's take just like a little brush, like this one, and go into Death Cap, which is this dark brown in the bottom corner. Manny actually said when he was like naming these mushrooms, like part of the inspiration came from this Netflix documentary called Fantastic. I know some people say fungi or fungi, but to me they're fungi, right? They're fun guys, fungi, like mushrooms. And it's funny because I have not seen a lot of Netflix documentaries, but I actually have seen that one, and I think it's narrated by Brie Larson, and it's about mushrooms and how great they are and some of the trials that they're doing to test their healing abilities for like different mental afflictions, but I don't mean like mental afflictions like depression as much as I mean like they're actually testing them for like Alzheimer's and stuff. I don't know, man. Overall, it is a very interesting documentary. And it was just cool to me that was where a lot of his inspirations came from. So they're very careful on the packaging to call this what do they call it? Just a palette? Color palette. That's what I'm looking for. Because some of these shades are pressed pigments, which means they're technically not eye safe. But not eye safe just means they're going to stain your skin. So, I don't really mind. As long as it's not like glitters that are going to rip my retinas open, you know? So, if you can ignore my crusty skin, that looks awesome. I'm obsessed with that. So, we're going to take my fingy in the shade... Ooh, do I want to use fungi? Or do I want to use spores? Like it's literally called fungi. Like Funguy. I want to use spores. Like, that is everything to me. Look at that. That is so cool. I don't want to be over. I'm obsessed with that Weeping Willow shade. There's this Sephora Collection eyeliner that I've been wearing all the time lately. It's called, I don't know, it's their eyeliner, but it's in the shade Matte Olive. And I just can't wait to, like, use this eyeshadow with that liner. So I'm seeing a little bit of fallout in the outer corner here. I can't really tell which shade in particular it is. I think that's fun. You want to do the purple side now? Yeah. So we're going to take another big fluffy brush. Let's see if I have it in me physically. Sit the other way. But I don't know that my scoliosis will let me. Okay. So the shade Puffball, again, that's just like a cream shade. And then we're going to go into Pixie Pop because why not? There's bright frickin' purple in the bottom corner here. That's a nice purple. Look at that. A lot of the time, these like brighter purples don't want to show up on my skin. They just kind of fade in. But that one's nice. Now we're going to go into the one beside it, which is gorgeous. It's called Pretty Poison. It looks darker on camera, but then it pulls purplier in real life. See? That other fluffy brush back. Now, this one here called Fuzzy Foot is just another sort of dark brown. But because I already used Death Cap in the green side, we're going to use Fuzzy Foot as my sort of dark color on this side. And then, the real reason I wanted to do the purple side, there's a sparkly shade here. And it's called Witch's Hat. It's like it was made just for me. So we're going to put it on. I'm excited. It looks gorgeous. I can only imagine how beautiful it would be with like if I had gone through the work to put like a lighter base or a grippy base or something. But even just with my finger. Okay, so there's quite a bit of fallout from the glitter shade, which leads me to believe that it's also the fallout over here. So just keep that in mind. If you're using your finger with the glitter shades, which I think is what Manny suggested, they shed a little bit. So I am going to put mascara on just for good measure, because I feel like I look unwell. We're just going to use the Maybelline one today instead of the Judy Doll one, because I'm literally just doing my makeup for this video. I'm getting flashbacks. Did I also do green on one eye and purple on the other eye at some other point, maybe for the Hocus Pocus palette? Green and purple, they're just like the two colors I gravitate to the most. I don't know what that is about me. And lately I've been on a real green eyeshadow kick, so when I saw this palette and it had particularly those two shades, Meadow and Weeping Willow, I was like, I don't have anything like that in my collection. So, what do we think? I think it's so much fun, and I really like this palette. It was a little expensive, especially when you consider that I'm Canadian. So if you put it all together, the palette and the lip gloss and shipping and all that, I think it cost me like $130, which is very expensive, especially if you consider that I don't have a job. But I will, in their defense, say that I didn't get charged duties, which, if you know, I'm like a little bit butthurt at Mel Cosmetics because I bought 2 eyeliners and 2 lipsticks, so not even a palette. It was an expensive order, and then it got here and I had to pay $50 in duties. So that was a whole thing. But this, I didn't have to pay duties. I don't know, and I just think it's so freaking cute. Like, when Manny held up the palette and showed it, I didn't really like the art. I thought it looked kind of childish. But having it in my hand, it definitely looks way better than I thought it did. Like, I don't know, I didn't think it looked so nice and cohesive, but it definitely does. I don't know, I just think it's so pretty. What do you think? Is this a, like, pretend money's no object for a second, but, like, if you saw this palette, would you consider buying it? Is this the sort of thing that you like? And if not, what do you like more? What sorts of things are you watching? Because especially now, we've all been in the makeup game for so long that it's really hard to find something new and inspiring. And I think that's why, like, me, for example, I still love doing my makeup. I don't wear it as often as I used to because I don't leave the house as often as I used to. But it's hard for me to get excited about new launches because it's so often the same thing we've seen over and over again. But this really felt different to me. It felt like wearable colors that were still fun and unique that I hadn't seen really before, particularly in this arrangement. You know, and I saw a lot of comments comparing it to the Raw Beauty Christie ColourPop collection, which honestly, I agree that they're similar, but I don't think it's a ripoff or anything, and I wasn't able to get my hands on the Raw Beauty Christie and ColourPop collection, so this is great for me. But anyway, I don't know, I think it's cute. I never really thought that I would like these sort of warmer greens on me, but I actually really do. Like these, I wear these all the time. Like this to me looks like a regular sort of eye look that I would expect from me, but this feels a little different. I don't know, I really like it. What do you think though? I'd love to hear your thoughts on either eyeball, on the lip gloss, on the palette, on anything. I will say the lip gloss, because it's a warmer brown, it's beautiful, but I feel like on me, if I don't have a lip liner under it constantly, I feel like I look like I just have like spaghetti sauce around my mouth. I did have a lip liner underneath it, but then I had a snack and I think it like mostly wore off because I'm definitely getting spaghetti mouth a little bit. But it's beautiful and it's definitely a very nice formula. It's very comfortable. Not sticky at all. Okay, well that's not fair. I'm rambling. I really am rambling. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time.